Hello, welcome back to my playthrough of Nethalas. This is going to be episode 7. A couple small housekeeping things. In the last episode, there was a headshot, a critical hit on the head on the giant spider. And with a critical hit, what I did is I doubled the damage, but what you should do is double the die. So lately with Jedd, he's rolling 1d6 and 2d4. So what you would do actually is you would roll 2d6 and 4d4, and that's how you would get your damage for the critical hit. And I'm going to try to remember to calculate armor as well, because I've been forgetting about that a little bit. Go ahead and jump in today, and we find ourselves here in room 14. Another dead end, but we have another route that we can come back to here. But before we go there, I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to camp. We need to heal some toughness back and hopefully get some sanity back as well. Probably going to make a lot of barriers. We have a lot of crafting supplies. I think this time I will make 3 barriers so that we're totally safe. That's going to give us a plus 15 to our camp check. And I think I will make some rations because we only have 1. So we're going to make 2 rations. We could craft some lamp oil. I think we do have a belt lamp, so maybe we can craft some lamp oil for that. I think that would be good. 2 more torches because we're about to finish using our first torch here. We could repair our heavy greaves and bring them up to D10. Okay, so I'm gonna add up all of the different activities and the camp check rolls and exhaustion, and I will come back. Alright, so I've totaled up all the camping that we're going to be doing. We're going to be spending a total of 10 crafting resources and 2 cooking supplies. Going to take a total of plus 9 exhaustion, and we're going to have minus 7 to the camp roll, but we're going to get plus 13 to the camp roll with the 4 barriers. Pretty much we cannot fail the camp roll, as even a 1 is going to give us a roll of 14. So I will go ahead and add all of the items that we got here. So we're now going to have 3 torches, and we're going to have 2 lamp oil. And I did not look up what the bedroll does. I think I will save that for next time if that is a consumable item. And we're also going to repair the armor, so we'll bring that up to D10. So our armor is now in excellent condition. Okay, so let's perform the camp check roll, which is going to be D20. And we rolled a 2. So our camp check is going to be 15. So we will pass the camp check. And after watching the latest video from the amazing Axor, he has some really great cards that he uses for all of the different conditions. That's an awesome idea. I decided to try to make some cards for myself here. I haven't put them on some heavier backing. I don't have any card stock, so I tried gluing them and it looks okay. I'm not sure if I'm going to go like that for all of them, but one thing I did was I made a card for taking a breather and for camping and also for damage. So those are going to be some helpful resources there. So with camping, we're going to regain all of our toughness. So we'll bring that up to 18, and we're going to regain 1 health. We're already at 12 out of 12. We're going to regain D4 sanity. Come on, 4. Yeah, we got a 4. 10 sanity now, not bad. And we'll reduce exhaustion by 10. So we're getting 9 exhaustion from all this crafting and repairing that we're doing. So that just means that we're going to go from 8 exhaustion down to 7. So didn't really recover a lot of exhaustion there, unfortunately. maybe our next camp we're going to have to try not to make so many things. Okay, so that's going to complete our camping. Oh, and I also need to add 2 rations, and we also need to use 1 ration. So we'll go from 1 ration to 2 rations, and we'll go to 0 cooking supplies, and we'll go down to 4 crafting supplies. So we do need to find some cooking supplies somewhere, as we are a little bit low there. Alright, so camping is finished, and we can now move on. Let's move back to room 13. D8 tension die, it's a 5, and diminish 1 light source. Now we're going to check this door here. We'll see if it's locked. 12. I believe the door is going to be locked. Yes, the door is locked. And we'll see if the door is trapped. And that's a 3. The door is not going to be trapped. So again, we need to use our athletics to bash through this door here. Also roll the tension die. So the tension die will stay the same, and we rolled a 32 on athletics, so we have passed our check. We will break that door and go through. Add 10 experience, bringing us to 670, and we will also roll tension and layer die again for our new room. And we have rolled a 1 on the tension die, bringing us down to D6, and the layer die is going to stay the same. And now we'll generate our room. 31. 31 is going to be a big crazy star room, and that's going to be room 15. Let's see if we have an encounter in this room. 5, we do not have an encounter, so let's see what event we have. And that's going to be a 16. And we'll check the events table. So there's something of value here. We can roll on the spoils table. Okay, that's always a nice thing. And a 4, I believe that's going to be the precious items table. Or no, sorry, that's the valuable items table. So we're rolling D20. And that's going to be a 6, which is an attunement crystal. Not a bad thing to have. Well, we used our last one, so now we have an extra one in the event that we find a magic item. And finally, we will do some scavenging. 37, we're not going to pass there. Alright, so we're going to move back to room 11. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls on the tension die, as well as 4 light sources. So we have used up 1 torch there. We currently have 3 torches in our pack, so we'll bring that down to 2 torches, and we'll erase all but 1. Mark off 1 there. Okay, so we need to roll our tension die 4 times, and this could get ugly. Okay, we got a 3, 4, lost that one, 4, and a 6. So very lucky there. Very lucky there that we didn't go down on the tension die. Okay, so now we're back to room 11. And let's go ahead and check. Let's go ahead and check this lock here, or that door, and see if it is locked. 7, so that door is not going to be locked. And we'll go ahead and roll tension and layer die, both D6. Okay, so the tension die is going to go down to D4, and we need to roll for our room here. That's going to be an 88, and 88 is a very crazy looking room, and I did not exactly draw that correctly, but I guess we'll go with that for now. And this is going to be room number 16. Okay, let's see what we have in this room here. We have a 6, so we're going to have an event. And 28. Let's see what event we've got. 28, we have found a trader. Check page 221 to learn more about them. Okay, so our first trader, I'm going to mark that down because I'm thinking that we can also go back and visit them. So let's go to page 221 and see. So the trader, he's got many different items for sale. While exploring Nethalas, your characters will sooner or later run into a trader. These strange individuals appear in all shapes and sizes, but they all have a few distinct elements in common. Their heads are always completely wrapped in thick bandages, and they communicate only with a series of grunts and moans. It is honestly difficult to tell if they are human, but at least they are never hostile. They'll pay 50% of the price of any items you'd like to sell, and they have some items for sale, so check the items for sale list. Alright, this looks like a great chance for us to get some cooking supplies, and if it's possible, we might be able to buy another claw weapon. I don't think we're probably going to have enough money for that, but maybe we can sell something and get another claw weapon. So I'm going to calculate what I'm going to do here at the trader, and I will be back. So we finished at the shop, and that took quite a while because I was trying to think of anything I could do to buy a belt, because we already have a belt lamp, and what that would allow us to do is free up our offhand and have fist weapons in both hands and dual wield and get even more parrying and damage. But the belt is 1,000 gold, and I couldn't figure out any way to sell things and still keep our belt lamp. The belt lamp is actually 1,500 gold, so it's quite a pricey little item. I didn't know that. But anyway, no belt for now. We did manage to get some knuckles, so we do have our secondary fist weapon that we can use in the future. And I wanted to get a crowbar, but didn't have enough for that. I got a pouch, and I put all of our small items, potions and torches and things, into the pouch. And I also got 2 rations, which I didn't add yet, so that's going to give us a total of 4 rations. And one very interesting thing that I found was I was looking at what a flare does, and so a flare gives you a light source that you can put into a room, and you don't need to hold it, and it is consumable, but at least presumably while you're in that room the first time, the flare will give you that light source. So what we can actually do is whenever we fight the overseer, we can throw that flare down, and then we can free up our offhand. We don't need the torch anymore, and we can put our knuckles on, so when we meet the overseer, we will be able to dual wield our fist weapons. So this overseer is going to be in for quite a surprise. But yeah, very nice to find a trader. I had to sell the heavy cloth torso armor, which is okay, I wasn't using it. And I also had to sell the bedroll, and what the bedroll does is give you +1 to your camp check. A small just +1 there. I think if it had been maybe +3, I wouldn't have sold it. But that gave us some much needed gold so that we could get a pouch and 2 rations and the knuckles. All in all, pretty good trader there, and also we know where a trader is now should we need to find one. Alright, now we can scavenge in this room, and that's a 99, so we're not going to get anything there. And there's another door just to the south of the trader, so let's check that door. That door is going to be a 9, so that door is not locked. So we're going to roll for our attention and lair die as we move into this new room here, and 2 on both, so we are going to trigger a growing darkness event, and the lair die is also going to move down to D4, so we are finally getting close to the overseer here. This back to D8, and we will see what our growing darkness event is going to be. We'll roll D100 here. 24, and that's going to be, there's a shift in the astral currents. All astral opponents receive +10 combat skill. Okay, I don't know if we have fought an astral opponent to this point, maybe one or so, but we'll add that. So alright, I think that could have been worse. That's not too bad, but we'll see when we meet an astral opponent. Maybe it's gonna hurt. Alright, now we're gonna roll for our new room here. 25, a room with a lot of different doors on it. That room is pretty crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit that in here. Let's see, turn it this way. And now let's see if we have an encounter in this room. 20, so we do have an encounter. And we're gonna have a flesh melt slime. That sounds nice. So this one is elemental undead. They have an awareness of 20, they have 6 health, and they have 30 combat skill and 40 magic resistance, and their trait is undead. Their awareness is not too high, so pretty good chance we can get the first strike here. And we have rolled a 16, and they have rolled a 4, so they were actually successful in their roll, but our roll is higher, so we will just beat them there. And we'll roll for combat. And we have rolled a 94, and they have rolled a 61, so we both failed our combat there, because my combat is 90 right now. But with our higher raw skill, we will prevail there. And now we'll roll 1d6 2d4. So that's going to be 1 damage, 2 damage, and 3 damage there. So that will bring the flesh melt slime down to 3. We start off with a pretty good hit there. Okay, let's see what attack he's going to be doing. 6, he is going to be doing the Devour Essence, which is a magical attack. The flesh melt slime extends a tendril toward the creature, attempting to drain their life force. The target must succeed on an endurance check or take d8 necrotic damage and have their toughness maximum reduced by the same amount until they finish a rest. The flesh melt slime regains health equal to the damage dealt, and that is pretty nasty. And seeing as it's a magical attack, we don't have a really good chance here to resist this. And 20, wow, beautiful. I'm really happy we resisted that. And now let's finish this guy off, hopefully. Oh yeah, that's also okay. No defensive table there. All right, so we got 18. They got 59. Or no, we got 10. So we will win the combat there. And we're going to roll for damage. Hopefully this will finish him off, because that Devour Essence attack sounds pretty bad. And that's going to be 0. 4 is going to be 1, so we did not finish him off. He is down to 2. Okay, let's see what attack he's going to do. Hopefully he does not get 5 or 6. Okay, 1. He gets the Corrosive Touch, which is a physical attack. The flesh melt slime extends a pseudopod towards a target, attempting to touch and dissolve their flesh. It makes a melee attack, dealing d6 acid damage on a hit. We'll do our combat check. So we have rolled a 39, they have rolled a 34, and they get plus 10 to their combat skill, so they have 40 actually, and our roll is higher by 5, so we will defend. That is a physical attack, so we will roll on the physical maneuvers on the defensive move table. We're going to roll d10 for that, and that's a 1. Your next attack receives an additional plus 10. Okay, let's go to our attack here, and that's going to be a 98. So we get the plus 10 for the being the attacker, and an additional plus 10 for the defensive move, giving us 100, so our 98 does succeed there, and they failed with a 72. And we're going to roll the damage again. 1d6 2d4, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and that will be the end of the flesh melt slime. Very happy to get that magic resist on there, rolling that 20. That was a clutch roll there. Had some pretty good luck with magic resistance rolls recently. Alright, now we're going to recover toughness, but we're already at 18, so we don't need to do that. We need to check our armor, but we did not take any physical damage, so our armor is okay. And we need to add 60 experience points, bringing us to 730. So getting closer there to the second level. And we'll roll on the spoils table, I believe. No, resources. We're going to roll on the resources table. Okay, on the resources table, we can roll a d10. 7, so we're going to find 1 crafting supply. That will give us 5 crafting supplies. And now we can make a scavenging check. 71, didn't pass that, didn't think we would. Alright, now we have a whole host of doors that we can go through here. I think I'm going to pick this farthest door to the south here, so let's check that one. And that's a 15, so that door is locked. Let's see if it's trapped. And a 1, no, that door is not trapped. Okay, so we're going to roll d8 and also try to pass an athletics check. The d8 is for the tension. Tension stays the same, 71, we did not pass. We will get a bonus 20 to athletics, so we now have 60. Alright, tension's going to drop to d6, and our athletics is 35, so we're going to go through that door, breaking it down. 10 more experience, 740. And we're going to roll for the tension and layer die, which I think we're going to have to go... I think we need to actually go into the next room before we do that, or do we not? No, we do that before. Okay. I'm just thinking if we actually have the overseer, if I'm doing it in the right order. Okay, so 2 and 2. So I believe that we have now found the overseer. Tension is going to drop to d4. And yeah, I think we have found the overseer. So let's see how this goes here. Okay, so we have found the overseer's lair, but it's actually going to be off of this room here. So we're going to roll d100 to generate this room. And that's going to be the overseer's room, 71. And it's going to be a crazy room with a bunch of doors. I think I will actually just try to generate a different room here. A 6, that's going to be a corridor, right? Okay. See if we can just get some kind of a dead end room. 71 again. 73. Okay, 73, we'll take that. So we have now found the lair of the overseer. Okay, we have now found the lair of the overseer, and I'm really excited for this combat here. So let's pull up our overseer's card here, which I have not actually read anything about this overseer, so I don't know anything about what kind of attacks he has or stats or anything like that. Tried to stay in the dark on it so that I'm not making it too easy by knowing what he can do. And our overseer is the pyroclasmic possessor. There's going to be one of them, of course. The type is demon, and there's going to be 40 awareness. He's a humanoid, and he has a ruthlessness of 2. He has a health of 10, and a 30 combat skill and a 60 magic resistance. So, and he has 1 armor to all body parts. So he's very resistant to magic, and he's got a whole host of different attacks here. Fight this guy. We're going to see what happens, and probably the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and use that obsidian whistle. I think that would be a standard action to use that. Let me check. Well, I'm not sure if it's a standard action, but I think I will count it as a standard action, so when we get our chance to attack, we will use it. Let's go ahead and represent his health here. So he's got 10 health, and we're also going to represent his armor. So he has an armor of 1. Need to remember to calculate that. Additionally, he has +4 damage with all of the frenzy that's going on. Alright, so now we're going to do our initiative check here. So his awareness of 40 is pretty good. It's equal to ours, except for we have +10 with our quickness. Yeah, so I could throw the flare and then switch weapons. I don't know if that's going to be a standard action or not. Okay, I'm going to say that throwing the flare is going to be a free action. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to throw the flare. So we now have a flare in the room here. And what that's going to allow us to do is take our torch off of our offhand, and we'll erase the flare. And we're now going to put our knuckles on our offhand there. And erase the knuckles out of there. Okay, so we're now dual wielding our claw and our knuckles, and this is going to be the first time dual wielding, so I'm not sure how damage is going to be calculated there, so I need to look that up. Okay, so dual wielding is going to give us a free parry reaction, and it's also going to give us +2 damage, so we can add +2 to our lowest die, so that's going to be pretty nice there. And the ruthlessness level 2, this is an overseer only trait, and it grants them a number of additional standard actions per round equal to the X value. So this overseer can do 2 more standard actions per round, so I believe that that gives them, because normally you have 1 standard action and then they have ruthless of 2, so that means 2 more, so that means 3 standard actions per round. And I'm assuming that those are typically going to be 3 attacks per round is how they'll use that. So that's pretty tough. He's going to be able to attack 3 times per round. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do our perception check, and I really hope we can win this one. 30, and they have rolled 40. So their perception, their check was higher. So they have 1 with 40. And now it's going to be their turn. And we're going to see what their first attack is going to be. It's going to be number 2, which is the Eruption of Flame. It's a magical attack. The pyroclasmic possessor conjures a burst of flames that erupts. Creatures in the area must make a dodge check, taking D10 fire damage on a failed check or half as much damage on a successful one. So even if we do a successful dodge, we're still going to take D10 divided by 2 is how that would be, I think. So let's see if we can make a successful dodge check here. Fortunately, our dodge skill is pretty good. We do have -5 maneuverability, so that's going to actually give us a dodge of 57 is what we have. So 86 did not pass that. So we're going to take D10 fire damage plus their frenzy. So we're going to take 1 plus 4 is going to be 5. So we're going to take 2 fire damage. That's going to put us at 16. Okay, so that was one of their actions. Now they're going to get another action. 5. 5 is going to be the Burning Urge. The pyroclasmic possessor issues a fiery command that reverberates across the Necropolis. Make a tension die check. Okay. So we could actually have a Growing Darkness event right now. And we did not. We got a 3. Lucky there. Okay, then their last attack is going to be number 1. It's going to be the Infernal Possession. It's a magical attack. They're going to target a creature who must succeed on a resolve check or be possessed for 2 rounds. While possessed, the creature's actions are controlled by the possessor, who will force the creature to attack its allies or itself if there aren't any. The creature can repeat the resolve check at the end of its turns, ending the possession on a success. Okay, so if we ever wanted to pass a resolve check, right now would be the time. This is going to be pretty bad right here. And 63 we did not pass. Okay, so our next turn we're going to be basically attacking ourselves. I think we don't need to roll an attack roll. Or do we? Not sure. Maybe we at least need to have a successful attack, which we probably will. 93. So that would actually not be a successful attack because we would have 90. So I don't know if did we fail to attack ourselves there? I don't know. I'm going to say that we failed to attack ourselves because we were over our roll. But also we do have the knuckles on too. So let's see, that we might actually have higher than 90 attack skill right now, because I think the knuckles give you probably a combat bonus as well. So the knuckles are simple and quick. So simple increases combat skill by 10. Okay, so our combat skill would be 100. So we do successfully attack ourselves. And we're going to roll 1d6 plus 2d4 plus 2. So 1, 1, so 4. And this one was going to be 3. So that's going to be 2 damage to ourselves. So we're down to 14 now. And now we can try to make another resolve check to break free from the infernal possession here. 26, yes. Okay, we broke free. Now we need to survive another 3 attacks here. 4. This is the Possessed Blaze. The Possessor envelops itself in a swirling aura of fire for 2 rounds. Creatures that are engaged in combat with it gain the burning condition. Okay, so we have just taken burning. So what burning is going to be, and yeah, I got my card here. So burning, we're going to take D8 fire damage until we can remove that. So let's go ahead and roll D8 fire damage here. And that is 6. That's going to be 2 damage, putting us at 12. Alright, so next attack for the Possessor is going to be 3. This is the Molten Projectiles. The Possessor hurls molten projectiles at up to 3 targets. Each target must make a dodge check or suffer 2d6 fire damage. Alright, let's try to make a dodge check here. Got to be 57 or less. 21. Alright, we dodged that one. Alright, one more attack. Let's hope it's not number 1. 2. 2 is Eruption of Flame. And this is where we also must make a dodge check or take D10 fire damage. 89. We did not pass that, so we're going to take D10 fire damage here. And that's going to be 1 plus 4. 5, that's going to be 2. So we're now down to 10, eating through our toughness at a very fast rate here. Okay, so now in this turn we are going to use our whistle, our obsidian whistle. So that's going to give us 3d10 roll on the Possessor here. Need to grab another d10. Okay, so we got 7 is going to be 2. I think we got a 10, so that's going to be 4, and a 3, so that's going to be 1. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be 7 damage, and he has 1 armor, so he will absorb 1. So it's going to be 6 damage to the Possessor there, bringing him down to 4. So that whistle did really well for us there. And I don't know if that whistle is a standard action or not. I really want to try to verify that. Alright, after an extensive search in the manual on page 67, it says that you can use any item you have on your person interact with something, assist an ally, or swap weapons. These are all standard actions unless you're using an item from your belt, in which case it's a free action. It appears that any item is of course going to apply to the fragment or potions or anything like that. So for this turn I have used up my standard action, maybe kind of kicking myself that I didn't sell everything I had and try to get a belt from the trader before the fight, but that's okay. But this goes to show that a belt is a very powerful item if you have one. Alright, so now we're going to pass the turn back over to the Pyroclasmic Possessor, but also we do need to roll for burning damage. So let's see what we're going to take there. It's going to be D8 fire, 3, and that's going to be 1. So we're going to go to 9 on toughness. And then now we'll pass it over to the Overseer. And he's going to have, again, he's going to have 3 actions. So 6. That is the Inferno's Grasp. The Pyroclasmic Possessor reaches out with its fiery spectral form to grasp a target. The target must make an athletics check or take 2d10 fire damage and be entangled until the end of its next turn. Okay, so athletics check here. We have 40 athletics. 59, did not pass that, so we're going to take, I think it said 2d10. Yes, 2d10 fire damage, and that's also going to be plus 4 with the Fury. So 8 and 8. That's going to be 6 damage. That will put us to 3. And then we will also be entangled. So let's add that. And any kind of movement action is going to give us minus 20. And we can spend a free standard action to increase our athletics by 20 for an athletics check. Probably not going to spend a standard action for that. Alright, so we need to roll for their next attack. And that's going to be 1. That's going to be the Infernal Possession again. And this one is pretty nasty. So we need to try to make a resolve check here. Really hope we can pass this one. 97, not even close. Okay, so next round we are going to be possessed and attacking ourselves again. And they're going to get one more attack here. And it's a 4. It's going to be the Possessed Blaze. We are going to gain the burning condition. I think we already have it. Yep, we already have it. And burning is not... I don't believe that burning is cumulative, so I think you cannot have a burning 2. So we will just continue with our burning there. And I think also next round... So next round we would get burning again, even if we took burning off, because they have this aura for two rounds. Okay, so now it's going to be our turn, and so we have burning and entangled. So I think what we're going to do here, probably going to try to attack, because their combat skill is not really high, and we actually have 100 skill with the attacker advantage and with the simple bonus from the knuckles. And so starting from a base of 100, that's going to bring us down to 80. So I think that's probably the best course of action, is to go ahead and make a physical attack. See if we can do some damage. 95, so we did not succeed there. Ouch, that's too bad. Actually, no, we can't. Actually, no, we're attacking ourselves, aren't we? Yeah, that's right, we're attacking ourselves. So maybe we failed to attack ourselves, which I would be okay with that. Yeah, okay, I'll say that we failed to attack ourselves then. And we would need to roll, I think, a resolve check. Yeah, we're going to roll a resolve check here. See if we can take off the possession. 51, so we won't pass that. so we will stay in possession for the next round as well. And I don't know if we will be alive in the next round. So let's roll their attack 1. So it's going to be the possession again. So I think this will just add another 2 rounds if we can't get this resolve check here. 44. No. 3 more rounds, I believe. Or does it say... Yeah, so that would be 3 more, counting from last time, and then this time that's going to be 3 rounds total. Okay, let's roll their next attack. And they got a 1 again, so we'll see if they're going to add more rounds to this. 78 they do, so that's going to be 5 rounds. So we're losing control of ourselves here. And 1 more 4. This is going to be the blaze again. So again, that would apply burning to us again if we didn't already have burning. And also, I think we need to take D8 fire damage for the last round that we were on. That was our turn. So 7. So that's going to be 2. So that would have been 2 damage that we should have had last round from that. So that's going to bring us to 1 toughness there. And that's the end of their turn. Now it's going to be our turn. And we will see if we're going to succeed in attacking ourselves here. $93. So again, our skill now is 80 with the entangled penalty, so we do not succeed in attacking ourselves. And again, I'm not completely sure if I'm doing that right, but okay. And we also need to roll the fire damage for burning again, and that's going to be 2, so that's going to be 1 damage. So we're down to 0 toughness, so any damage we take from now is going to be directly to our health. Now we can make a resolve check to see if we can drop this possession here. 22. Alright, so we got a critical pass there. We can mark resolve for leveling up if we live. And we are now out of the possession there, but it is now their turn. They're going to have 3 more. And I believe the entangled is going to go away, because that was until the end of next turn. So 4, they're going to have the possessed blaze again. So 2 more rounds of the fire, which we already have burning. And 2, eruption of flame. It conjures a burst of flame that erupts, and creatures must make a dodge check or take D10 fire damage or half on a successful check. So we will still take some damage even if we are successful in our dodge here, but let's see if we can get under 57 for once. Okay, 43, nice. So we're going to roll a D10, and we will take half of this, so 6. I don't know if that's half of the converted damage or half of the die. So in either case, that would still be 1 damage, so we're going to take 1 damage there, plus, okay, plus 4 because of the frenzy, so, well, let's see, 6 plus 4 is going to be 10 with the frenzy, so we'll say half of that, so 5, so it's going to be 2 damage. And we'll take that directly to our health, going down to 10. Okay, so now it is our turn. We have a chance here. I'm not sure what is the best thing to do, but first we need to take the fire damage from the burning. So 3, that's going to be 1, put us at 9. And I don't think there's much use in getting rid of the burning because they have the aura. We will just get burning again next round. So we'll go ahead and leave. We'll go ahead and just not do anything about that. I do have 3 potions that I can drink, but every individual potion is going to be a standard action, so I could only drink 1 potion this round. Or I could attack and just hope that I do enough damage to win. So I think the best thing we can do here is attack. So this might be the last thing that Jedd ever does. Let's see what happens here. 65. And they have rolled a 69. And that puts them over their skill, so they've failed their defense there. And we technically have 100 skill. So we do pass our attack roll there. And now we're going to roll 1d6 and 2d4. And we also get +2 for being, for dual wielding. So we need some high rolls here. Alright, 2 4s and a 5. That's great. So we'll add +2 to the 4. So that's going to be 6. So 6 is going to give us 2. 5 is going to give us 2. 4 is going to give us 1. So that would be 5, and they have 1 armor, and they have 4 HP, and they are down to 0, and we win. Wow. Whew. Wow, I cannot believe that we survived that. That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. What a roll. 5 and 2 4s. What a roll there. Wow. Well, so we were down to 9 health. Probably that was going to be our last round. Oh man, I'm so happy that Jedd is still alive right now. And I don't know if I did everything right in that battle. I tried to do everything as close as I could. I think the biggest thing that I'm not sure about is whether I have to do an attack roll to attack myself. So I hope I got that right. If I didn't, then probably I think almost certainly I would have lost that fight. If it does turn out that I did not have to have an attack roll against myself. But assuming that was right, getting the entangled actually kind of saved us, because that lowered our attack by 20 and made us fail those attack rolls. So really lucky also that we had 2 high attack rolls there. Now that the Overseer has been vanquished, we're going to get 200 for defeating the Overseer, so 200 XP. It's going to put us at 940. Actually 950, because we have +10 for the Overseer influence, which I believe is now going to go away because the Overseer is gone. I don't know about that. I'll have to check that. We can also roll D6 to recover some toughness. Oh, and we got a 6 this time. Finally, Jedd gets a 6. So we'll go from 0 to 6 there. And definitely our armor took some damage. So I believe we need to roll a D10 to see if we're going to go down on our armor there. And actually, I don't know how many standard physical attacks we were hit with in that battle. It might not have been much. Actually, we weren't hit with any physical attacks, so no, the armor did not take damage there. And okay, what kind of spoils are we going to get here? 1 roll on the valuable items table and 1 roll on the precious items table. We'll roll on the valuable table first. Rolling D20. 14, that's going to be another fragment. So let's take a look at the fragments table here. We'll roll D20 on there. And that's a 12. So a spiked gauntlet that when worn enhances your melee attacks with searing pain. For as long as you remain in this room, your unarmed combat and fist weapon skill is increased by 50, and you deal 2d6 fire damage. Once you exit the room, you receive 2d6 fire damage. Wow. So that's going to give us some crazy level of damage with our unarmed. That's a really good one to get. So that is a spiked gauntlet. We'll note that one down. And we get one roll on the precious items table. This is only the second time I think that we have rolled on this table. So 13, so it's going to be a magic item. And we need to roll on the magic item table. Okay, so we'll roll D8 on here. 4 is going to be boots. Okay. We'll also see the rarity, which is going to be D10. 9. So we got some epic boots, 3 magic properties. And we do have an attunement crystal, so next time we camp, we can go ahead and check this out. So we have some epic boots, and I think we need to see... Do we need to see if the boots are heavy or light? I think no. Okay. So we got some epic boots. That's certainly a nice find right there. Pretty amazing that Jedd is still alive. And once again, I hope I interpreted all the rules right. At least pretty close to how it should have been. But yeah, I'm really happy right now that Jedd is still alive and that we had some luck in that battle. And especially with that last roll, getting 2 4s and a 5. And certainly if I did buy the belt in the from the trader, probably the same round that I used the whistle, I probably could have defeated the overseer in that round. But yeah, it just shows that a belt is probably one of the first things I'm going to try to get. Well, that was quite an incredible episode there, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for joining me. That's going to be the end of this series here, so I'm very happy for anyone that that watched and enjoyed the series. And certainly it's not going to be the end of Jedd. He is going to come back in the future, so Jedd will be back.